This is kind of a homeowner's guide to checking out a steam boiler. So I'm doing this for my customer here, so when she forgets everything I tell her, she can just go to YouTube and refresh her memory. So first of all, the thing you need to know is that right here is the main shutoff valve. If you ever have trouble, simply turn the power off to this boiler until you can get it serviced. So it doesn't hurt a thing. Turn the power off to it and till you can get it checked out. Secondly, up here at the ceiling there are two valves. Here we go. This is the main shutoff valve here, so if there's ever a leak, you need to turn the water off to the boiler. That's how you turn it off and on. This is a bypass valve. If for some reason your boiler just simply doesn't want to fill up with water to the proper level and you can't get heat, you can open that valve, you can check the sight glass on the boiler, get it up to the proper level, and chances are you'll get the heat going again in an emergency situation. Okay, over here, this gauge will probably never show more than about a pound pressure. This control here controls the pressure between 16 ounces and 8 ounces is a normal operating range. So the gauge will hardly ever even come off the pin. If you see the pressure going up way up, then we have a problem. If it does go up to 5 pounds, this will trip. This is a manual reset. There's a button right here. Press that button, it will reset it and get the system running again. This is a skim port, and you can see it started running steam out the top of it. I was skimming it, and once the boiler's all cleaned up and tested and working right, then that'll just be capped off. Here is another safety device, and it is a low water cutoff, and again it is manual reset. So when you come down and you see this yellow light on telling that it's a low water condition, that means that this control here, the operating control, which monitors the fluid level and turns the boiler off if it gets too low and refills the boiler to the proper level, if this ever fails, doesn't turn the boiler off properly, this will take over. And again, once it trips, it's a manual reset, and the boiler's not going to come on again until somebody manually resets that switch on the top. So in order to blow down this boiler, which you do periodically once a month or so, is you get your boiler under there, you're going to open this valve, and you're going to listen for two things. Number one, that the boiler turns off. You always do this when the boiler is in operation. So right now the burner is burning, so first thing that will happen is the boiler will turn off, and it will also turn on the valve and refill it with water. So we're going to see if we can get that to do that. So I hear the boiler is turned off, and up at the ceiling the little solenoid is turned on, refilling the boiler. Water came up to the proper level again, and the boiler fired up. So that's the most important test to do on this boiler, is number one, that the boiler shuts off when it sees a low water condition, and number two, it refills to the proper level after that it, how can I see that? You got to maintain a proper level. The sight glass here, you can see the water level in there, and if you can see the water level in that sight glass somewhere between the top and the bottom, that's normal operating condition. As the boiler runs low on water, it will get down to maybe an inch or two above the very bottom of the glass, and then the control should refill it up to the proper level. So as a homeowner, that's really the most important test. I can't stress it enough, to make sure that this control turns the boiler off when it's too low on water and refills it. I've seen catastrophic failures happen when that is not maintained properly. Mostly on the old style McDonald Miller number 67s or 47s, when you have those mechanical floats fail, it can burn up a boiler pretty badly. So this is an electronic one. There's no moving parts. It's just all done electronically. You can see the two probes there coming in out of the back of that control, and that's what monitors that water level. Okay, all the other valves and pipes and stuff are all just servicing and cleaning type stuff, so don't really need to worry too much about that stuff. And that pretty much sums it up. Okay, that's it.